Right now I'm looking out my window at the garden and just want to go over something that I observed. Today is April the 3rd, and this is the bed that I planted back on February 14th. I call this my sweetie's bed. I have cabbage, spinach, kale, beets, onions, some dill, a bush bean plant, sunflowers towards the back, some sage, oregano, and flowers to the left. I'm sorry, flowers to the right, some violas and dusty millers. And am I forgetting anything? Okay, cabbage is looking pretty good. Just wanted to go over what I observed with this bed compared to my corn, squash, and peas bed. This is in a prime location as far as sun. In the AM it gets a good amount of sun, and it gets a good amount of sun even in the PM, latter afternoon, late evening, shall I say, now that we've had the time change. What I noticed after using the sprinklers to water this bed around this time, which right now it's about 7:15, so I watered it for 15 minutes or 10 minutes just now. As you can see, the water's still on the leaves, still giving it an opportunity where it will not have water on the leaves throughout the night. What I've noticed is the spinach and the cabbage are growing very rapidly now. So that just tells me that I wasn't watering my plants in this bed enough. We had cool weather the very late part of March, in the low 60s and even the high 50s at night, and we got up to the mid 70s during the day. So that gave it an opportunity to get a nice cool growing temperature for my cabbage, kale, and spinach. As you know, those are cool weather vegetables. So right now I'm noticing that my spinach and my kale and my cabbage have taken off. I anticipate to have these three vegetables ready to harvest by May. I'll give it May 15th, right after Mother's Day. And hopefully I will have the beets the beginning of May as well. But yeah, what I noticed is the watering. It wasn't the sun. I thought it might be the sun because I was even covering it. I thought it was just too hot for my cabbage, kale, and spinach. That wasn't the case. It wasn't getting enough water. I have to keep those beds very moist, not wet, but moist. And this is my first year gardening, so I'm learning all of these different requirements for the different vegetable, It's a lot to remember, and I've been keeping journals. I've been writing, well, not writing, but putting everything on my iPad, because this next season for me, 2015, 2016, will be incredibly different. I will do things, of course, differently now that I've learned a lot, and I still have a lot more to learn. But I'm very pleased with let me just come up a little bit. Very pleased with my two sunflower plants in the very front here. Very pleased with those. Those have taken off, and I expect to see beautiful blooms in July. Beautiful. So, yeah, just wanted to talk about some observations. And we are, I think, 6.5, 7 weeks out from when I planted this bed. So It takes about 70 days for the cabbage, they said. My spinach should have been ready, but because I wasn't watering this bed enough, they're behind. But I'm going to give them another 3 weeks. 3, 4 weeks. My kale even is, yeah, behind, but oh well. My beets are on schedule, and my onions and everything, I planted those the very late part of February, beginning of March, so I know those are going to take a while. And I planted the onions when I really should have planted those back very beginning of February to get more cool weather for those onions. Dill is going to be fine. I have nasturtiums in the front there behind that cabbage. The front of the bed is really in this video, the back of the bed from this perspective, this angle. But yeah, so to all of you out there, I thank y'all for tuning in. Happy gardening. Stay blessed.